Hello, I'm Ken Fobb. This is NewsNet, Baton Rouge. Grab a tea or coffee as I go over with you headlines and news from our local area and region. The new BREC superintendent, Mr. Corey Wilson, recently shared and revealed what the new descriptions of the Baton Rouge Zoo, once it's renovated, will look like. BREC intends to completely reimagine and then redo the Baton Rouge Zoo, especially since it lost its National Association of Zoo and Aquarium accreditation in March of 2018. Mr. Wilson provided a sneak peek to the Baton Rouge Press Club where he spoke recently. He reported that the overall attendance and revenues at the Baton Rouge Zoo, located in Baker, Louisiana, during the year 2017 through 2018 actually increased. The master plan for the renovations will include a redesigned entrance at the back of the existing park and a boardwalk which will lead to the gates. There will also be many more amenities to include a new adventure playground. Mr. Wilson said BREC will use approximately $30 million now available in savings in order to start the first phase of construction, which will begin later this summer or early in the fall of 2020. BREC is actively seeking for partnerships with philanthropists in order to help fund the subsequent phases of the much-desired Baton Rouge Zoo renovations. The full Baton Rouge Zoo renovation plan will be available for the entire public to view on August 17th of this year. In Gonzales, authorities have arrested a suspect after a police officer was sent to an area hospital resulting from an incident in Ascension Parish. Around 8:30 p.m. on Monday past, officers were called to a disturbance with a crowd of about 30 people who were engaged in an altercation. Officers saw a man, later identified as Abraham Jones, strike another man in the face and then attempt to flee in his vehicle. A police officer verbally ordered him to stop while approaching his vehicle. Jones refused to obey, accelerated his vehicle, and then drugged this officer with his vehicle part of the way before he escaped. The officer was later taken to a local hospital with injuries. Jones was later located by deputies with the St. James Parish Sheriff's Office and was arrested on outstanding bench warrants. Abraham Jones was transported back to the Ascension Parish Jail and booked on one count of felony resisting an officer by force, one count of felony battery of a police officer, one count of misdemeanor disturbing the peace by violent conduct, and other charges. In Houma, Louisiana, the state police say a man who was stopped for simply not wearing his seatbelt was discovered to have guns and a bunch of illegal drugs in his truck. 32-year-old Byron Nevis abruptly drove away from the traffic stop and was chased by the police. During the chase, he struck another vehicle and came to a stop, after which he immediately tried to flee on foot by jumping into Bayou Lafourche. He was eventually caught and arrested and charged with 3 drug counts, hit and run driving, possessing a firearm after a felony conviction, and of course, for driving without his seatbelt. Seized from his vehicle and placed into evidence were 2 guns, 361 grams of ecstasy, 165 grams of heroin, 3.4 pounds of marijuana, 3 grams of cocaine, 8 packages of edible THC, 2 containers of THC lip balm, and nearly $40,000 in cash money. Officials with the city of Central say that their government has obtained tens of millions of dollars to pay for road work, new construction, and for flood prevention measures. A few of those projects will be $15.8 million to widen Sullivan Road from Wax Road to Hooper Road, $5.5 million to extend Hooper Road from Sullivan Road across the Amite River into Watson, $12.8 million to speed up the widening of Hooper Road from Blackwater Bayou to Sullivan Road, nearly $1.4 million for construction of a new City Hall building and parking lot, and $4 million will be available through the state over the next several years for drainage improvements in the city of Central. These have been headlines and news from our local area and region. I'm yours truly, Ken Fobb. I'll see you next time right here on NewsNet, Baton Rouge.